get the party started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And again, it's Chubb. And some room to work. There he goes, left side.
And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. 59 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Big run on the opening drive, and they better watch out for this guy or it's going to be a long game.
Back when I played in our scouting reports getting ready for games, we'd put stars next to the guys that we thought were the key players on the other side. There should have been 3 or 4 stars next to that guy's name.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Five yards remain on second down.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Chubb is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
They'll give it to Chubb. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb.
Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now Cade York for the extra point.
It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense, and that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So the drive's going to start with Pollard.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Going to run again here with Pollard. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Check it back, check it back. Hey, check 24, check 24.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 22. 55-yard punt, 11 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the 50, it's Watson.
Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. To throw is Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Prescott to throw it. Dancing to his left.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Prescott. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
Taking it about the 16. A great return there of 22 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of the tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. It could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt.
CeeDee Lamb deep for the Cowboys.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout down as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack.